the Dallas Cowboys, who got their asses whooped on Sunday Night Football by the 49ers. And it was the most embarrassing defeat the Cowboys have ever had in the Cowboys 49ers rivalry.
All right, so Brad, just why don't you go ahead and start? We already know where this is going for you.
It's Dak Prescott, right? Like Dak is just he's just not the guy. And I've been talking about it since the beginning of the season. I had mentioned that, the 14 interceptions was not a fluke from last season, that things were going to continue onto this season. The Cowboys, the teams that they beat leading up to this game were all 1-3 teams. And they come in and face an actual team that they need to beat, and they don't even show up at all. So for me, the Cowboys, I'm a sell. Pretty hard sell on this one. Last week, my confidence meter on them was a 5, just because I was like, let's see what they do against a real team. And what they did against a real team was jack shit. So I'm not a buyer on the Cowboys. I just don't see how they're going to continue to do well throughout the season if Dak Prescott doesn't show up.
Zach, go ahead.
This might not be an option, but I would buy on sale. I think they make the playoffs. I think they're a decent enough team. They've got enough talent on offense, at least around Dak, that they find a way into the playoffs. Do I think they're a threat now? I would not go out and say this is, a Super Bowl contender. This is someone who's you got to beat to make to the championship game. It's just I don't see them being a threat, especially to the 49ers right now. I mean, we saw how that happened. I mean, that was not competitive from the second the game started. So I'm going to sell, but if they go on sale, I would consider buying them.
Yeah, I'm with you that I'm buying their playoff team, but I'm selling that they are the top 2 teams to beat. I still think it's the Eagles and the 49ers above anybody else. Mm-hmm. But for Dallas is just which Dallas team are you going to get? And I think that's the thing. They beat up on the teams you're supposed to beat up on. So that's that's a check plus, right? You got to do that. Mm-hmm. But when games get tougher, can you win them? I mean, upcoming for them, it's not like this is getting easier. You got to play the Chargers in LA. You got to play the Rams that are that feisty team. Then you got to go to Philly. You got to play the Seahawks and the Bills and Dolphins, both on the road. So they have a lot of time to figure things out, by the way. But so far, what's going on with Dallas is inconsistency, and Dallas is going to be in the playoffs, and they can match up well with teams. But just like the one team that we know that they can't match up with right now is the San Francisco 49ers.